Good morning. Good morning to all members of our Heavenly Holy Community. My name is Dennis Salmon. I am the National Leader of Jamaica. I am the MC this morning for the members of the host country, which is the beautiful island of St. Lucia. I'd like to express greeting and warm welcome to our president, to all our wonderful directors, to all our leaders, to all blessed families and all our members. Welcome to this 118th session of our daily Hoon Dok Hae. I'd like to begin
Please,
Continue, sir.
Continue, please.
Okay. I'd like to begin with our declaration, with our proclamation. Today is the 23rd day on the 8th month by the heavenly calendar in the 9th year of Chonilgo. This is September 29th, 2021. So welcome to this is the daily morning reading of our 118th session of Hoon Dok Hae for a hopeful church. Now, I'd like us to, we offer now our devotion. Let's begin by offering Kyungbae to our respected heavenly parents and true parents. Chonjin, Champumonimke, Kyungbae. Tado. Let us recite our family pledge number 5. Family pledge number 5. Our family, the owner of Chonilgo, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and the physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love. At this time, we'll have a representative prayer. The representative prayer will be done by Mrs. Chioko Topie. Welcome, Mrs. Topie, with your opening prayer.
Dear Heavenly Parents and true parents, good morning. Thank you. Give us opportunity to start this morning Hoon Dok Hae with all the Caribbean and Central America brothers and sisters and leaders, Dr. Yam and Reverend Kim, Reverend Dionidas and Reverend Hom, and precious brothers and sisters. And you are Heavenly Parents, how much you are suffering, all history that you want to reach our hearts, and you want to give many things and teach many things, but our heart is cannot understand, cannot reach your heart, cannot relate closely. So many struggling and conflict. Even today in the world, so much difficulty and conflict to fight, cannot embrace each other, cannot feel your heavenly parents, our parents, heavenly parents. Today, the two parents came out through you and taught us that your heavenly parents, how much you love us and thinking of each one of us to guide us to how to come back to your heart, your bosom. Heavenly Parents, we are so grateful and amazing that you are love. Heavenly Parents, we pray to Mother in Cheonjonggung, how much she wants to embrace us and love us and work together, especially North and South unification. She established think tank 2022. Heavenly Parents, now the Cambodia, Hun Sen is strongly united with your mother. We are so hopeful. Heavenly Parents, work together with brothers and sisters and stand for true mother. And also work together is the joy and the power. Heavenly Parents, please guide the Central and Caribbean brothers and sisters together and offer this precious morning devotion, bring heart one and work together. We thank you and I report Yokotopia blessing the family as you.
Aju. Thank you so much, Mrs. Topier, for that wonderful prayer, heartfelt. Thank you so much. We will now go on to our morning reading from the Mother of Peace. And I will invite young Mr. Jan Topier to do the reading for us this morning. Mr. Topier is the son of the Topier couple, and he is an engineer in renewable and sustainable energy in Paris, France. Welcome, Mr. Topier.
Thank you. Good morning. Really happy to be here with all of you. So let us join together to read this excerpt from Mother of Peace. Later, Father Moon decided to share the same message with thousands of New York area members who had gathered to honor the 1990 Parents' Day with us. In his keynote address, he set into the public record that which he had stated to our leadership. There in the New Yorker hotel, he declared, "Even when I am alone, I represent your parents. And the same goes for Mother. When she is alone, she represents your parents. Now there is nothing to worry about. Fundamentally, I am the first founder of the church, and Mother is the second founder. Until today, women have followed men, but from now on, they are on a horizontal, even footing." This was not a one-time statement from my husband. At a meeting on June 15, 1991, True Father proclaimed his Gomyong at Clearstone Bear Park Lodge in Canada in the presence of representative Japanese women leaders. The Gomyong is a final decree a king lives for his subjects before passing away. In this proclamation, my husband declared that after his ascension, I would continue our God-given mission and that the Japanese women leaders should take responsibility to support me. On November 27, 1994, at Belvedere Training Center in New York, Father Moon again announced my public mission as the movement's second founder. At that time, the educational program for 160,000 Japanese women and significant events in certain nations had concluded, so my role was expanding. On that day, I resolved in front of members, let's all pledge to become the family that will unite and establish the traditions of the true parents. In April 1990, a few days after that Parents' Day celebration, my husband and I, with our eldest son Hyojin, arrived in Moscow. The venue was the 11th World Media Conference and the first Summit Council for World Peace, sponsored by the World Media Association and the Association for the Unity of Latin America. During the conference, President Mikhail Gorbachev invited the participating world leaders to the Kremlin Palace. I was the only woman included on the invitation list and was treated very graciously. My husband and I awarded President Gorbachev the Grand Cross Medal for Freedom and Unification, which was presented by Ambassador Jose Maria Chavez, chairman of AULA. We held President Gorbachev's hand and offered a simple benediction. God bless you, Mr. President. Of course, it was absolutely unacceptable under the communist regime to pray for God's blessing in the office of the President of the Soviet Union, the epicenter of the ideology-driven atheist state. Nonetheless, President Gorbachev was warm with us and struck a friendly tone in our chats after the prayer. Mrs. Hagjahanmun, he remarked, I do like your traditional Korean dress. It looks beautiful on you. I answered with a smile. The First Lady, Raisa, always looks beautiful too. Women all over the world respect her. I'm looking forward to the pleasure of meeting Mrs. Gorbachev tomorrow at the Little Angels performance. My husband told me, you are a handsome man, and I can see it's true. Through our conversation, the atmosphere became friendly. President Gorbachev's smile was truly warm and bright. I had the impression that we were all flying on the clouds. I thought, this is the power of prayer and the hand of God. As the meeting went on, my husband did not hesitate to advise President Gorbachev. The success of the Soviet Union depends on whether you put God at the center or not, he said, and he was emphatic. Atheism will lead to nothing but self-destruction and disaster. Father Moon told President Gorbachev that the only way for the Soviet Union to survive was for Russia to continue his economic and political reforms and to allow freedom of religion. President Gorbachev's face showed he was well aware of the enormity of Father Moon's advice. Yet he could not help but receive what we said. Never before had anyone said anything like that in the Kremlin. Looking back, I feel confident to say that the words we exchanged at that moment changed the history of the world. I truly felt that heaven and earth were listening to every word with bated breath. Our meeting in the Kremlin and the overall conference created heavenly energy, and our movement's fortune in the Soviet Union began to advance. President Gorbachev's confidence in my husband and me and the Unification Church increased by the day. It is amazing that after that, the Soviet government would allow more than 3,000 Russian students and professors to travel to the United States for divine principle education. It was revolutionary. The next year, a coup d'etat took place in Moscow and instability ensued for a short time. President Gorbachev's efforts for political reform and openness had stirred up a reaction among the communist elites. The president was placed under arrest at his residence on the Crimean Peninsula. The insurrection lasted for 3 days and failed. Inspired by the road to democracy that President Gorbachev had pioneered, the people, especially the young, arose in Moscow in his defense, with Russian President Boris Yeltsin taking the lead in organizing the resistance. Those protesters, surely among whom were many we had educated in America, were the driving force in bringing Gorbachev and Yeltsin together, dissolving the Soviet Union and ending the Cold War. President Gorbachev's open-hearted reception of the prayer, God bless you, Mr. President, that my husband and I offered in his office surely brought him a stroke of heavenly fortune. I must add that all of this would have never happened were it not for the work of the butterfly missionaries of our movement from Europe. Called to this mission, they had departed from their own countries and entered the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe as underground representatives of true parents. The fall of the Soviet Union was the climax of God's invisible plan, for which these faithful people had set conditions at the risk of their lives. Through a complex interweaving of events, each of them played a role in bringing about the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the shift towards democracy. Even today, they continue to pray and work for religious freedom and social progress in Russia on its path forward. The year after our meeting with President Gorbachev, the Soviet Communist Party was disbanded, and what I thought of as a frozen kingdom melted into the mists of history. During the 70 years since the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution, as communist governments took control of a third of the world's population, the blood of hundreds of millions of people had been shed. At long last, the Soviet Union lowered its red flag, its atheistic worldview discredited. When the Soviet dictatorship declared its own demise, the communist assertion that progress takes place through class conflict, struggle, and hatred was revealed as totally false. History will show that my husband and I were skating on very thin ice when we entered the Soviet Union to meet President Gorbachev, and that this meeting took place at exactly the right time. In declaring that world's only hope is a God-centered worldview, we played a decisive role, and the world's political landscape was forever changed.
Thank you, Mr. Jan Tapier, for your reading. We're very grateful for that. Then, at this time, I'd like to welcome our dearly beloved brother, National Leader of St. Lucia, Reverend Remy Tapier. Reverend Remy joined our movement in France and received blessing in 1989 with our Japanese sister, Mrs. Chioko Tapier. They are the loving parents of 3 wonderful children, 2 girls and the boy Jan, who is here with us today. We have the aunt. In 1996, Reverend Tapier was appointed as National Messiah to St. Lucia, and he's now the national leader of that country. At the beginning of this year, he was appointed by Dr. Yang to take care of the IAPD, the Interreligious Association for Peace and Development, a project of our Universal Peace Federation. As we know, Reverend Tapier has worked very hard to develop the IAPD chapter in our region through many webinars. Welcome, Reverend Tapier, to make your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Dennis, for this nice introduction. Good morning, everyone, all over the Central America and the Caribbean region. We are very happy. I'm very happy to be with you this morning. I'm going to share my screen. So today, I would like to speak of this organization founded by our true mother, which is called the Interreligious Association for Peace and Development. It's part of UPF, the Universal Peace Federation. Our true mother created like that several associations corresponding to different purpose, with ISCP that deal with the head of states, top level persons. IAPP is parliamentarian persons. IAPD, so that what I'm going to share today is about interreligious, the religious people, and IMAP is about the media. IAAP is about the academicians. IAPED is about people, business people, and so on. And finally, the IAACP is about all the people from the art and the culture. So this association, IPD, is dealing with the religious people. At the beginning of this year, Dr. Yang asked me to take care and develop this association here in our country, Central America and the Caribbean region. So we have done several conferences online with religious leaders. Here is a conference in December. We had representatives from Barbados, El Salvador, Saint Lucia, Nicaragua, and America. That was the first one I think we did. And then this one is another conference. We see on the 25th of February, with also representative from our region, including our pastor from Cuba there. This was the conference in March this year. Here in April, with also pastors from all the region. So this association is very important. It has one of the main focus is the Christian realm. And if we look in the world, there is 1 billion Catholics and about 1 billion Protestants. So Protestants include all those who are not Catholic, something like that. And our region of Central America, in fact, Central America and the Caribbean region is a majority Catholic. So it's important we can take care also of the Catholic realm. In our conferences, you know, with the UPF, even when we did the conference at the beginning of this year, usually there are pastors from Protestant churches, but we have had a little interaction, or at least on those conference level, with Catholics. So it's good we focus on this Catholic realm. We can look at what America is doing. Here is about the ACLC, the American Clergy Leadership Conference. This was established by our two parents about 21 years ago, and it focused on bringing the Christian realm together, bringing Christian leaders of different faiths and denominations to understand the work of our two parents and to work with our two parents. They did an incredible work. Right now, all our brothers and sisters in America are working with the ACLC and bringing the marriage blessing to every pastor in America, what they call the 43-day package. That means 40 days separation and a 3-day ceremony. So they now bringing all the pastors that were connected with us to receive the marriage blessing and do the 43 days. Then True Mother, 2 years ago, True Mother established the WCLC, which is the World Christian Leadership Conference. So these are leaders, mainly from the Christian realm, who work with True Mother, who accept True Mother as only begotten daughter and want to cooperate with her. Unfortunately, from our region, from Latin America, here is these are the steering committee of the WCLC that Mother established. So among them, there is only one from the Latin America, from Ecuador. This is he's the Archbishop from the Orthodox faith in Latin America. So we are grateful we can represent all of us, in fact, in the WCLC. So that's my wish and desire is that we can really work with the Christian realm, especially the Catholic. I wanted to share one experience here in St. Lucia on the 19th of August, 2021. So last month, we could do a blessing in the Catholic Church. So with 3 couples, it's a small, but I thought it was very significant because it's with Catholics. And so first I introduced, maybe I gave a power presentation about 45 minutes, and then educating about what is the marriage blessing, why we do it. And this was done with the time when the priest also was there. In fact, the priest is the one who took those pictures, so he doesn't appear on the pictures, but he was there the whole time. So this holy wine, we had holy wine ceremony, and then we had also so prayer together, and we also had chastening ceremony together in this church. It's a big church, in fact. So it was very amazing, and then we gave them time to discuss between each other. Each couple took 10 minutes and decided when they want to start their 40 days separation. And so at that time, one couple decided to start the same day. And so this couple is Christopher and Matilda, the one on the right side. They just finished, 2 days ago, they finished their 40 days. And yesterday they started the 3-day ceremony. The other couple, Wilfred and Adelaide, they finished yesterday. And so today they are going to start their 3-day ceremony. And the third couple, Sylvain and Charmaine, will finish on their 40 days on the 10th. So that's a small, but I thought it was very significant because it is in the Catholic Church. Is to show we can also work with Catholic priests. The priest is a priest we know long time. This priest is very concerned about the family. And in St. Lucia, we have many families who live together a long time, who have been living together but are not married. So the priests are very interested in having them married. In the Catholic faith, it's a sin if you live together and are not married. So these couples are couples decided who have been living together already sometimes and decided to marry at the end of this year. So this was like this session, this marriage blessing is like a session to help them prepare for their marriage and their wedding at the end of the year. So I wanted to share that. I think we have many great priests also in our region and many great Catholic couples. So we can work with them and extend the marriage blessing. I think they can receive it. So that's my sharing for this morning. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. You're mute, Dennis, you're mute.
Thank you so much, Reverend Tapie, for your inspiring sharing. Really uplifting today. Thank you so much. After this, we'll have our unison prayer. But before doing that, I'd like to really welcome, or especially brothers and sisters and families who are joining for the first time today, this 118th session. Please continue to participate every day. Thank you so much. Brothers and sisters, let us now have a unison prayer. Let us all pray together. Raju. Thank you all. Special thanks to the holy community of St. Lucia for hosting Hoon Dok Hae today. Special thanks to our translator, interpreter, our beloved brother, Mr. Brian Rueda Solano. I wish you all success and great blessings in all that you do. Thank you once again to our dear Reverend Kim. Thank you once again to our dear Reverend Kim, to Dr. Yang, to our beloved sub-regional directors. Thank you to all our wonderful, wonderful, blessed families. God bless us all today. Thank you and have a great day. A round of applause for everyone.
Muy buenos días. Muy buenos días, hermanos y hermanas. Muchísimas gracias por participar en la sesión número 118 del Hoon Dok Hae. A la preciosa isla de Santa Lucía, al grupo anfitrión, a Remy Beautiful Family, todos nosotros, our brother Dennis, our brother Brian, todos nosotros, Sarang Hamnida, Kamsahamnida,
감사합니다.
Sugahesusmnida.
감사합니다.
Démosle un caluroso aplauso a ellos, de felicitaciones y muchísimas gracias por tenerlos con nosotros hoy. Vamos a hacer nuestros ejercicios matutinos del día de hoy. Welcome our brother, the son of the Remy family. You read very well. Thank you for joining us today. Démosle a él un caluroso aplauso, al hijo del señor Remy que se nos unió hoy a la sesión del Hoon Dok Hae.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Okay. Vamos a hacer los ejercicios matutinos para empezar un día agradable y feliz.
Okay.
건강 박수입니다. 주먹 박수입니다. 주먹끼리 박수 쳐주세요. 만성 두통이나 어깨 부위 통증을 예방하는 박수입니다. 봉오리 박수입니다. 손 뒤꿈치끼리 박수 쳐주세요. 방광을 자극하는 효과가 있어 생식 기능을 좋게 하는 박수입니다. 손등 박수입니다. 손등을 반대 손바닥으로 박수 쳐주세요. 요통이 있거나 척추 측란에 효과가 있는 박수입니다. 손가락 박수입니다. 손가락 끝으로 박수 쳐주세요. 손가락 끝에 얼굴 혈이 모여 있어 만성 비염이나 눈이 자주 피로해지는 사람에게 효과 있는 박수입니다. 먹보 박수입니다. 주먹과 보자기를 번갈아 가며 박수 쳐주세요. 손바닥에 심장, 폐와 관련된 혈이 있어 심폐 기능을 좋게 하는 박수입니다. 손바닥 박수입니다. 손바닥끼리 박수 쳐주세요. 손바닥의 마찰, 진동을 통해 모든 경혈이 자극을 받고 혈액순환을 도우며 장 기능을 좋게 하고 갑상선, 당뇨, 합병증에 효과가 있는 박수입니다. 달걀 박수입니다. 손바닥을 오므려 박수 쳐주세요. 중풍과 치매 예방에 도움이 되는 박수입니다. 목 뒤 박수입니다. 목 뒤에서 손을 모아 박수 쳐주세요. 이상 건강박수였습니다.
Hoy hemos invitado a la familia Iglesias de Honduras a entrenarnos hoy. Una vez más, muchísimas gracias. 감사합니다.
Gracias, Santa Lucía.
Thank you. Gracias.
Gran trabajo.
Have a blessed day.
Family. 감사합니다.
We love you. We love you.
Congratulations.
Adiós.
Have a blessed day.
Dios te bendiga, hermano.
Yeah. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo
Activa
está?
positivo.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
Igual.
Hello.
Margarita.
Ay,
Qué linda su familia, Margarita. Siempre
ya.
atento.
Domingo, María Martínez, 사랑합니다. Los amamos.
Martínez.
Our sister Masako.
Masako-san. Wonderful.
Buenos días, mi compadre.
Mi compadre Salvador, Dios te bendiga, hermano.
Beautiful Barbados.
Positivo.
Familia
Toast.
Girón, 사랑합니다.
Buenos días.
Panamá.
Señora Yuko, hola, ¿cómo está? Encantado de verle.
Saludos a todos, felicidades.
Buenos días.
Daniel Cruz.
Maravilloso, lleno con la bendición del cielo. Junto con
Sí.
Padre Madero, trabajemos juntos.
Gracias.
Desde Panamá.
Sí.
Pues.
Muy buenos días a todos.